Sesha thought. February. That's when I graduated from the academy, and I was ready to take the exam to become a government official. However, my parents said it's time I paid my family back for raising me. Sesha thought. The reality was my family was planning to sell me off as a concubine to the king of Movia. Our family has continued to serve as knights to the count. Simply put, our family title is not hereditary. There are two methods for families like ours to maintain our status. We must either distinguish ourselves in battle, or gain the favor of the noble family we serve. My father chose to do the latter. He groveled to maintain his knighthood. I could not stand my father. He was accumulating debts trying to win the favor of those in high society. Father was against my becoming a knight, so I found a way to enter the academy on my own. I won a scholarship and worked part-time jobs to pay for room and board. During that time, my family continued to spend money they did not have. Their debts continued to snowball, and they decided to sell me to a harem to pay off their debts. I would like nothing more than to pay back my family for raising me, but I have no idea where I can get the money. Who is that man? Is he a hunter? After some time, a person said, Sesha, there seems to be a job for you. Next scene, she thought. Who is that? Where have I seen that man before? That man without the hat. I could recognize him. He is Mier Lunaria. He was 1 year ahead of me at the academy and famous for being at the bottom of his class. He scored zeros on all of his exams. He was a noble. He loved to tend the garden. She asked, Did you hire me? Mier replied, Of course. You majored in government administration. You are a plural major. So lady, what exactly do you know about me? Sesha thought. His voice was meek and lacked confidence. She replied, I don't know much about you, my lord. The count said, I am sure you know enough. Look, I have too much money on my hands. Sesha asked, You are also a count, are you not? The count replied, That's true. I need someone competent by my side. As you know, I am not very clever. I would like you to manage my family assets. Sesha thought. Does he mean a personal assistant? Good, I can totally do that. She asked, Does that mean? The count stated, As my wife. Sesha asked, Excuse me, and thought, although he is a count, he is considered terrible husband material. I am sure being the countess would be better than being sold off to a harem. But I do hate dummies. I can't possibly marry him. The count spoke. Of course, it would be a marriage in contract only, Sesha asked. But wouldn't you need a real wife at some point? Why would you want a fake marriage? I know you are at the age to settle down and start a family, and you have plans to have children. The count replied, I don't intend to have children for personal reasons. Sesha thought, Is he impotent, by any chance? The count spoke. I plan to bequeath my assets to the child of the first prince, Sesha thought. That makes sense. The first prince is his cousin. The count stated, What I need right now is not a wife, but a business partner. I think you are perfect for this role. 4 years should be more than enough for this role. Sesha asked, Then what about my monthly wages? The count replied, 10 million lin, Sesha thought. That's roughly 3 times the salary of the average public official, and I will also be given room and board. The count said, I am not asking you to answer me right this minute. You can think it over and let me know when you come to a decision. By the way, the Lunaria estate is famous for its roses. They start blooming at the end of spring and flourish at the beginning of summer. I hope we get to enjoy the roses together. After some moments, Sesha shouted, My lord, the roses. I would love to watch them bloom with you. The count replied, I look forward to it, my lady. Next scene, Sesha said. Let's start with the monetary compensation part of the contract. Monthly wages, 10 million. 120 million lin in advance payment. Severance package of 500 million lin. Payment will be tripled should there be a breach of contract. Sesha asked, Now let's go to the details. Do you have something in mind? The count asked, That we should do our duty as a married couple. Sesha spoke, Duties as a married couple. The count told her, I want us to look like a loving couple, including having meals together, and no paramours on both sides. I don't want cheating to damage the reputation of our respective families. Then he asked, do you have a lover by any chance? Sesha replied, I don't. The Count stated, good. Make sure to include the part about us watching the roses bloom. When the roses start blooming, I would like to have afternoon tea in the garden twice a week. Sesha asked, but twice a week seems a bit too much. The Count replied, fine, we will have tea twice a week only when the flowers are in full bloom. You can plan your dream wedding. Sesha replied, if that's the case, let's skip the ceremony. I don't want to waste money. The Count spoke, okay, if that's what you really want. Sesha told him, if people ask you why we skipped the ceremony, please say that I cut ties with my family and did not want a proper ceremony. The Count stated, no. Let's say we skipped it because the groom had no one to invite to the wedding. I will get going now, it's time to tend the gardens. Sesha thought, that was rather childish. We are not competing to see who had fewer acquaintances to invite. Suddenly the Count asked, my lady. Sesha replied, what is it, my lord? The Count told her, I just want to say, since we decided to skip the formalities, that would make tonight our first night as a married couple. Then at night, the Count said, I will sleep on the sofa. Sesha thought, are those his pecs? Stop. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's not true love for us. She spoke. I can sleep on the sofa. You are quite tall. It will be uncomfortable for you. The Count replied, no husband in his right mind would let his spouse sleep on the sofa. Sesha thought, I can't believe I had naughty thoughts about him. He did tell me that he would be unable to have children. He must be unable to perform his duties properly. Sesha stated, this bed is big enough for the two of us. Let's sleep on opposite sides tonight, and use a curtain to split the bed down the middle from tomorrow. The Count replied, I did not think of it. You are very clever, my lady. After that, Sesha thought about her dad, then thought, the Count asked for my help rather than taking advantage of my situation. He must really need me. She spoke, you don't have to be so kind to me. My lord, you are my boss after all. The Count replied, all right. After some time, the Count woke up and looked at her. Then in the office, he asked, how much in debt? Karen replied, 3 billion lin. Her family was quite something. They tried to put the blame on Lady Sesha, and that's how her father reacted. How dare she do this to us? We are her family. She dares to try to make us go to court. That ungrateful brat. The Count was angry. Karen started to tap his fingers again. Is he plotting to do something terrible to the family? The Count stated, but having said that, they are still Lady Sesha's family. I thought of punishing them. But that does not mean I will actually do it. Take care of them, like you always do. Karen asked, I do have a question. The Count replied, get out. Karen continued, are you sure about this fake marriage? It's an important time for us. Sesha came and said, I did not mean to interrupt. The Count replied, we just finished. Is it already time for dinner? Shall we head over to the dining hall? Suddenly, as the Count was going down, Karen grabbed him. The Count whispered, get lost. Sometime later at the dinner table, Sesha thought, it's just a salad, but the dressing is so tart and refreshing. The chef must have a secret recipe. Every dish seems to be carefully prepared. It tastes so much better than the food I had at home and at the academy. She asked, my lord? What is it? The Count told her, hold on, then rubbed her face and said, you've got soup on your lip. Sesha replied, thank you, and thought, did he have to lick it like that? The Count spoke, I am more than happy to do this again in the future. Sesha thought, maybe the Count is more of a rake than I thought. After some time, Sesha thought, what a mess. How did he even manage to get into the academy? He is going to need more lessons in grammar and mathematics. However, I am finally free from my so-called family. The Count came and spoke, my lady, she will be your personal maid from now on. Rennie introduced herself. Sesha thought, she looks so young, is she old enough to work? The Count stated, let's go to the greenhouse. You have been poring over the books for the last few days. Some fresh air will do you good. Sesha thought, the contract does state that we need to look like a loving couple. After that, she thought, he really wants us to play the part, then grabbed his hand and thought, his hands are so big and warm, maybe a bit hot. After that, in the greenhouse, Sesha asked, those wildflowers, did you plant them? The Count replied, no, but I kept them in the garden because they are rather pretty, so I guess you could say that they are a part of my garden. Sesha thought, no other noble would do something like this. Most nobles would scold their gardener for having wildflowers in the garden. Some would even send their gardener packing. Then she asked, do you know the name of the flower? The Count replied, it's called a sunset flower. It blooms when the sun starts to set and closes up at sunrise. Sesha said, how strange. The Count asked, it's still winter, but would you like to see the vegetable garden? Sesha replied, sure, why not? Next scene, the Count told her, my lady, I will be going to the royal palace to meet the crown prince tomorrow. I will be staying the night there, so please take care of the estate while I am gone. Sesha replied, I will. Travel safely, my lord. The Count spoke, lady, thank you for agreeing to be my wife. Sesha asked, where did that come from? The Count replied, well, I have been thinking about it for the past month. After some time in the office, Sesha thought, the calculations are all wrong, but somehow the added amount is correct. How very lucky of him. Wait, if he was really lucky, he would not have failed his exams at the academy. But this sunset flower, what is the point? No one gets to appreciate its beauty. But then there must be people like the Count who appreciate the beauty of this flower. Then at night, the Count got out of bed and looked at her. Then he thought, Sesha, I will make sure this is not our final goodbye. In the morning, the Count spoke, this will be the first time we are apart since our marriage. Sesha thought, he makes it sound like we are a real couple. The Count kissed her and said, I am going to miss you, my lady. Sesha replied, you will only be going for a day. The Count spoke, I will come home as fast as I can. After the Count was gone, Sesha thought, yes, it's all part of our marital duties, that's all. After that, Sesha started working. At night, she thought, he would be back in time to tend his garden. I wonder if something happened. Suddenly, a maid came and told her, Count was found dead. We believe bandits were behind this. Sesha thought, the roses start blooming at the end of spring, and flourish at the beginning of summer. After 3 years, Sesha thought, now in 8 months, the marriage contract will be over. I have gotten used to watching the roses alone. Next scene, at the Kingdom of Chai a person came and said, lady, a delegation from Olier is here to see you. Sesha looked at the delegation and thought, that's the crest of the royal knightage. One of them told her, the new emperor awaits your return. Sesha asked, did you just say the new emperor? The knight spoke, there has been a coup d'état. The crown prince and the third prince started a rebellion, and his majesty passed away amidst the chaos. The first prince was able to defeat his brothers and executed those who participated in the coup d'état. Sesha thought, I did not think the crown prince and the third prince would start a rebellion. I know they were unhappy, but I thought it was merely tax issues. She spoke, pack our bags, we are leaving, and thought, this may mean nothing to some people, but it could mean the world to those involved. Next scene, the head priest spoke, may the protection of our God be with His Royal Majesty. The emperor stated, my life was in danger even before the coup d'état took place. The same goes for my mother and her family. Right before my mother passed away, the former Count and Countess Lunaria were murdered by the ex-empress, who made it seem like a carriage accident. Not only that, but the life of Count Mier was also endangered. He feigned his death to avoid the assassination attempts, and supported me in secret. Sesha thought, feigned death, that could only mean one thing. The emperor stated, I pronounce the Count as the new Duke of Alaner. Sesha thought, all this time, Mier has been alive. Sesha thought, am I dreaming? I can't believe the Count is alive. We held a funeral for him. Did our God bestow this vivid dream upon me to console me for my loss? Duke Mier thought, who the hell is he? Why is he smiling at Sesha non-stop? I don't like him one bit. Then the Duke went with the Emperor. Roymus spoke. Are you all right? Sesha remembered Roymus speaking. I am glad we found you on time. My servants will retrieve what was stolen from you. You must always be careful, Sesha replied. That was close. Thanks. After that, he spoke. I had no idea you would come to see me. What a coincidence. I have heard about the roses of the Lunaria estate. Are you here to discuss business today? Sesha replied. Yes, we need to bring in more tourists to Lunaria, and I would like the cooperation of the merchant group of Chai. Roymus said. Why don't we go look at the popular tourist spots in Chai? After that, they visited different places and watched various activities at the tourist spots. One day, Sesha's nose was bleeding. Roymus asked, Are you all right? Sesha replied, Don't worry, it's nothing. Roymus spoke, You have been overstretching yourself lately. You personally went to wipe out the bandits yourself. Do you know what the noble ladies call you? They call you a worker ant since that's all you do. Being healthy is a part of your job. I wish you were not working all the time. I want you to be happy. After some time, he spoke, Safe travels. Get some rest on your way back. Then grabbed her wrist, kissed her, and spoke, I hope this will make you think of me. Now, back in present time, Roymus said, You're supposed to go have tea. Let's go. We just received a stash of top-notch tea leaves. You spent a mere month with him, but I was by your side for 2 years. Please choose me. Roymus thought, Sesha spent just 1 month with her husband, but I was by her side for 2 years. I know I have a shot, Sesha said. That month gave me the motivation to live my life to the fullest. The Duke came and spoke. My lady, Sesha looked at him, then said, I am sorry. Let's have tea next time. Roymus replied, Sure, until next time. Send word to the hotel if you want to meet up. After that, Sesha asked, Why don't we go home? We can talk there. The Duke replied, Yes, my lady. Then, in the carriage, Sesha asked, My lord, what really happened? You said you would treat me with respect as if I were your real wife. You should have let me know that you were alive. I know we are in a fake marriage. She thought, He has no idea how much I struggled with his death. Was I the only one serious about this relationship? Then she asked, If you have anything to say to me, look me in the eyes and say it. You are a bad person, my lord. You say one thing but act differently. You are a terribly irresponsible person. You brought me into a fake marriage, then left me to fend for myself. The Duke replied, My apologies, and thought, I could not tell you that I was alive. Even though I wanted to, I wanted it all, my revenge and Sesha. During the month we spent together, I wanted to leave an impact on you. If I died on my quest for revenge, I wanted to live on in your memories. I wanted you to always remember my name. He thought his servants had told him, Our Lady could barely hold herself together during your funeral, and he thought, I did not think you would be devastated over my death, over someone like me. The Duke spoke, I offer my sincere apologies, but in order to avenge my family, I had no other choice, and I did not want to put you in danger. I am sorry for making you suffer. There will be a day when I can tell you what really happened. Sesha replied, I did not suffer, I was just emotionally drained. The Duke said, My apologies, I am really, truly sorry. Sesha spoke, My lord, please. The Duke stated, Please forgive me, please don't leave me. I don't think I can do without you, my lady, Sesha stated, My lord, or shall I say, Your Grace, you are not very clever, are you? The Duke replied, That's right. Please don't ever leave me. Sesha spoke, I can't leave even if I wanted to. If I ask for a divorce before our contract is over, I have to pay a penalty. It's written in our contract. The Duke said, I know you are more than capable of getting a better job elsewhere, my lady. Sesha replied, But no job will be worth the penalties I would have to pay for breaking our contract. The Duke spoke, I see, that clause seems to be my saving grace. Sesha told him, Now is not the time to smile in relief, Your Grace, from now on, you must tell me where you are going in advance, and please let me know if you feel that you are in danger. I am your wife, if in contract only. I believe I have the right to know your whereabouts. The Duke replied, You have my word, my lady. Sesha continued, You must treat me as if I were your real wife. I expect you to behave responsibly. Am I clear? Please go back to your seat, Your Grace. The Duke asked, Do I have your permission? Sesha replied, You can't kneel in front of me forever. The Duke stated, I will stay on my knees until you feel better, my lady. Suddenly, the carriage tire hit a rock, and the Duke's mouth was in her lap for a moment. Sesha said, Please take a seat. The servants will be shocked if they see you on your knees. The Duke replied, That's right, I did not think about that. Then he grabbed her hand. Sesha spoke, I did not mean to imply that you are not clever, my lord. The Duke replied, It's all right. I would rather you be honest with me, my lady. You agreed to be my wife because you knew I was lacking, and I am so glad you did. Sesha started laughing and said, You are really something, Your Grace. The Duke said, I am so happy to see you smiling again. My lady, your smile makes me happy. You have the most wonderful smile. You remind me of a yellow rose in full bloom. Sesha stated, That's ridiculous. Stop talking such nonsense. Anyhow, where were you all this time? The Duke replied, I was constantly on the move, and I am happy to be back alive, my lady. Would it be all right if I asked you a question? Who is the foreigner by your side? Sesha replied, A friend. He manages a merchant group in the Chai Kingdom. The Duke asked, I see, but you two must be close. Sesha replied, Well, we are not that close. He is the head of the first merchant group I traded with in Chai. The Duke stated, He was referring to you by your given name, and you two were talking quite informally. He also held you by your shoulder. Sesha replied, First, that's because we are the same age, and second, the shoulder thing was because he was trying to help me gather my thoughts. In the next scene, the Duke said, Our home in the capital has gained a flourishing rose garden. Sesha replied, Yes, the roses will also be in full bloom at the estate. Suddenly, the Duke hugged her and spoke, My lady, I really missed you. Sesha thought, I can't breathe. The Duke asked, Did you miss me too? Sesha replied, I can't breathe. The next moment, the Duke's hand touched the lower part of her body. Then the Duke stated, I got carried away. Apologies, my lady. Sesha replied, You certainly seem to be full of energy. The Duke told her, I think I would be able to perform my knightly duties now, my lady. Sesha thought, Knightly duties? How could he say that with such a straight face? She then spoke, I missed you too. You suddenly disappeared without a trace. Again, the Duke hugged her. Sesha thought, What is with him? The Duke asked, How much? Sesha thought, How much did I miss you? So very much, and replied, I'm not sure. The Duke said, Don't be cruel. Sesha replied, Fine, a lot. The Duke said, So you did miss me a lot. Sesha replied, So when you appeared out of nowhere, I was upset. The Duke replied, My apologies. Rennie told everyone, Our lord has been given a dukedom. The other maids said, Sometimes dreams are so real that you think they really happened, and the line between dreams and reality becomes blurred. Rennie shouted, I am serious. Go see for yourself. Our lord has returned as a duke. All of them went there and saw the Duke. In the next moment, they were shocked and shouted, My lord, I mean your grace. The Duke thought, My ears are about to fall off, and told them, That's enough. You all are hurting my ears. Sesha asked, Do you have a headache? The Duke replied, A bit. Sesha stated, Now I understand how overjoyed you all must be to meet your master again. But as you can see, his grace needs his rest, so please go back to your duties. After that, Sesha told him, Go straight to the bedchamber. You are probably more tired than you think. Get some rest. In the next scene, Sesha thought, His lack of fashion sense has not changed, then spoke, I will get back to work now. Please get some rest. The Duke asked, Is there much work to be done? Can't you work here? Sesha replied, "Yes, I will bring the documents, wait a minute." After some time, the Duke said, "So it's not urgent. That means you don't have to do it right this minute. I just wanted to catch up with you. My lady, I was told how you are doing. But I wanted to hear it directly from you, would that be possible?" Sesha replied, "Fine." The Duke asked, "My lady, did you wipe out the bandits because of me?" Sesha replied, "I thought they took your life. I could not let them get away with it." The Duke asked, "Was it revenge?" Sesha replied, "Well, that's what I thought back then." The Duke spoke, "I am sorry for making you suffer, my lady." Sesha replied, "I did what anyone would have done. The bandits were getting out of hand." Then she asked, "Your Grace, are you crying?" The Duke replied, "No, an eyelash must have gotten in my eye. Now it's fine, there's a way to get it out." Sesha asked, "Isn't it difficult to see with such long bangs?" The Duke replied, "Not really." Sesha stated, "I have been meaning to ask, why do you grow your bangs like that?" The Duke replied, "It's my style." Sesha thought, "Does he really think that's stylish?" The Duke asked, "I guess you don't like it." Sesha replied, "I respect your preferences, Your Grace." The Duke asked, "What are your preferences, my lady? Do you prefer long locks on men, for example?" Sesha replied, "I don't know. I haven't thought much about it." The Duke asked, "Well then, what do you find attractive in men?" Sesha replied, "I'm not sure," and thought, "But I do know what I don't find attractive," and then spoke, "I think it's important to find what looks good on you." After some time, the Duke was taking a bath and thought, "What is attractive to her?" After that, he saw himself in the mirror and smiled. When he was going to bed, Sesha spoke, "Your Grace, your hair is still wet," and thought, "I can't ask him to strip so I can dry his hair." The Duke said, "You should dry your hair. Mine is almost dry." Sesha replied, "Everything will be fine," then started to dry his hair and brushed his hair as well. The Duke spoke, "That tickles," and asked, "What is it, my lady?" Sesha replied, "It's nothing," and thought, "Why would he cover a face like that with long bangs? He has a terrible taste in style. Why would he hide those heavenly features? I feel like I am tainting his innocence with my blood-stained hands." The Duke spoke, "Allow me to dry your locks." Sesha replied, "That won't do. I don't want your hands to get wet." The Duke said, "No, I insist." Sesha pushed his hand away, and the Duke was stunned. Sesha told him, "You have no idea how to dry a woman's hair." The Duke replied, "I'm sure I can manage to dry yours." After that, the Duke started to dry her hair. After some time, he asked, "How is that?" Sesha replied, "You did a great job, Your Grace." Then the Duke spoke, "You smell lovely, my lady. Is this the scent of roses? You know I have a thing for roses." Sesha spoke, "Good night, Your Grace," and drew a curtain open. The Duke asked, "What is this doing here?" and thought, "This is the curtain we used at the estate." Sesha replied, "I wonder how this got here." "Good night, Your Grace." Then she asked, "What is it, Your Grace?" The Duke replied, "It's nothing." After that, the Duke thought, "She still falls asleep the minute her head hits the pillow. I promise to never leave your side. This I swear." Then he came out of the room and said, "Follow me." After that, he thought, "This is where Sesha sat. She changed the flower pot, but there's no way these are the flowers I gifted her 3 years ago." The Duke spoke, "I trust you to do your job, so why didn't I receive a report on the jerk in your monthly report? Why did you allow him to stay by Sesha's side?" Rennie replied, "Our mistress befriended him when she went to Chai." The Duke stated, "Yes, I suppose friends refer to each other by their first names. You also let him put his hand on the shoulder of a married woman and ask her to choose him over her husband. Why didn't you tell me about him in your reports?" Rennie replied, "The thing is, Master, he brought me rice cakes. I'm sure you've never had spicy rice cakes. Once you've had them, you can never go back." The Duke asked, "You failed to report back to me because he fed you rice cakes." Rennie replied, "He is a good man." The Duke told her, "You went against my orders because you consider me a terrible person." Rennie replied, "Master, if you put it that way," and thought, "It's hard for me to disagree." The Duke asked, "Tell me about this fool and his relationship with Sesha." Rennie started telling him about Ronus. After explaining his background and all the good things about him, she said, "He is different in every aspect from you, Master. You were once considered the worst husband material." Of course. We all know that was merely a ruse and part of your act. Then she thought, "But this is not going to be good. You will never win over Lady Sesha by pretending to be a dimwit." Then Rennie told him, Ronus professed his love the last time she visited Chai. It happened when she was leaving for Olier. He pressed his lips on her like this. The Duke stated, "How dare he place his lips on her?" Rennie replied, "It was merely on the cheek, but I believe Our Lady views him as a friend and nothing else." The Duke told her, "So the situation is now out of your control. If you defy my orders one more time, I will make sure you never get to eat rice cakes again." After that, the Duke started tapping and thought, "There goes my chance to lead a normal life." After that, in the morning, Sesha woke up and thought, "How did he come over to my side? Does he have bad sleeping habits? But he never crossed the line before. He looks so angelic. No, it's time for my training." After that, she went to the training ground and started training. She thought, "My hair is getting in the way." The next moment, the Duke came and asked, "I heard that you train in the morning. I wanted to come watch you. What is it, my lady? Are you okay?" Sesha replied, "I feel dizzy." The Duke spoke, "My lady, you have a fever. I think that's enough training for today. Let me call the physician." After some time, the doctor came, checked her, and said, "Our Lady has come down with a cold. Her body simply gave out due to exhaustion. It's surprising how she managed to stay on her feet until now. I recommend that she gets enough rest, stays warm, and drinks plenty of fluids. I will prepare her medicine." After the doctor left, the Duke asked, "Did you hear that, my lady? You need to rest until you are fully recovered. I know you have been working non-stop up until now." Sesha replied, "But there is so much work to be done." The Duke told her, "You are a patient, and you need your rest." Sesha spoke, "But there are urgent matters that need to be taken care of." The Duke stated, "I will ask the manager of the merchant group to take care of it." Sesha told him, "Our merchant group has no managers." The Duke asked, "Are you saying you have been doing everything on your own?" Sesha replied, "Yes, because I am capable enough to manage on my own." The Duke stated, "You have an assistant. I will have them take care of pressing matters." The next moment, the Duke lay down on the bed and hugged her. Sesha asked, "Your Grace, what are you doing?" The Duke replied, "Let me keep you warm, and you are going to have breakfast, take your medicine, and get some sleep." In the next scene, Sesha opened her eyes and saw the Duke working. After that, the Duke picked her up and took care of her. Sesha thought, "Why do I feel so restless? This is all temporary." The Duke's death was a brutal wake-up call. I realized that he had been my safe haven and that our relationship was contractual and built on lies. But even so, I felt safe within our so-called relationship. I have never felt so safe and secure, even among my real family. But this is a fake relationship. We will become strangers when our contract ends. That's why I want you to be terrible at managing the estate, because that's what you hired me to do. It's my job, and I don't want you doing it, even in my dreams. It's the only reason why I am here. It's the only thing I am good at, you fool." Then the Duke came and asked, "Are you awake? Your temperature has gone down, but you are still running a fever." Sesha thought, "That tickles." The Duke asked, "Were you dreaming, my lady? You called someone a fool in your sleep, so I was wondering if you were dreaming about me." Sesha replied, "I did have a dream, and thought, or was it actually reality?" She then said, "I don't know why I said that. Please don't mind me. Anyway, what documents were you poring over in the middle of the night?" The Duke replied, "Now that I am back, I need to know the status of my estate, so I have been reviewing all the documents." Sesha told him, "You should rest when it becomes dark, Your Grace, your eyes will get tired," and thought, It is my job to take care of the estate. The Duke replied, I would like you to do the same, my lady. Your entire body is screaming for rest, and I don't want to see you faint again. So please get some rest. Sesha replied, I will do my best. In the morning, Sesha woke up and looked at the Duke, who was sleeping. Then she checked her temperature and thought, my fever has gone down a bit. Suddenly, she looked at him and said, You frightened me, Your Grace. The Duke asked, You were checking your temperature unclothed, so I didn't want to bother you. How high is your fever? Sesha replied, 37.1 degrees Celsius. The Duke said, I see. I think you still need some rest. Sesha replied, I think I can start working again from today. The Duke asked, Really? Who says you are ready to get back to work? Sesha replied, My body. The Duke stated, I am not fine with it. Sesha said, Wait a minute, Your Grace. The Duke told her, I want you to rest until you are fully recovered. Sesha thought, her heart is beating so fast. The Duke thought, how can I have such lascivious thoughts when she is ill? I need to get my mind out of the gutter. The next day, Sesha said, I am getting tired of staying in the bedroom all day. The Duke asked, Would you like to get some fresh air in the garden? The next moment, they were in the garden. Sesha told him, You did not have to cover me with a blanket. The Duke replied, When the sweat cools, you may feel cold. Sesha thought, his body feels hard, but how can he have muscles when he doesn't train? The Duke stated, We are finally watching the roses together. We did not get the chance to enjoy them properly. Sesha replied, You are right, and thought, I did not think this day would come. The Duke stated, My lady, I would like to kiss you. I did promise to fulfill my duties as your husband. I know you are still ill, but we are finally back together. I feel like it's the perfect moment for us to kiss. Sesha thought, It does feel romantic, with the scent of roses permeating the air, and the servants and knights are too far to see us. We are finally together after 3 years. The Duke said, The couples I have met all seem to be lost in their own romantic bubble. Why don't we try to do the same? Sesha asked, What did you have in mind? The Duke replied, What I would like is to kiss you on the lips, but I am not sure if you will be comfortable with that. Then he kissed her on the cheek and thought, There is no more trace of that jerk. Then he said, You must feel awkward. Sesha asked, What? The Duke replied, I was talking to myself. I was wondering if you felt awkward because I kissed you. Sesha replied, It's quite all right. I don't feel awkward at all. And thought, What was I thinking? For a minute, I thought he was going to kiss me on the lips. I feel like I am dating an innocent. I can't believe this will soon come to an end. We won't be able to watch the roses flourish next year. Our contract ends in February. It seems he is ready to have children. I am sure he is ready to find a real wife, so why do I feel so restless inside? After some time, a maid thought, the Duke does not care much about anything else, but he genuinely cares about tending to his garden. He should have been born a farmer rather than a noble. In the next scene, the Duke said, This is delicious. Please try some, my lady. Sesha tried it and replied, It's really delicious. The Duke said, Let me know, and I will go pick you some more anytime. Sesha stated, Well then, could you get me some more the next time you go to the garden? The Duke replied, Of course, now say ah. Sesha said, I can eat on my own, Your Grace. We don't have to pretend to be lovey-dovey when no one's around, and thought, I can't continue to let him feed me. The Duke told her, I just wanted to show my appreciation for all your hard work. Now say ah. Sesha thought, maybe I should tell him not to pick more. The next day, the Duke said, The royal secretary is here to see us, my lady. I asked His Majesty to skip the appointment. Sesha replied, You did good, and thought, That's good. I was afraid I would miss this ceremony because of work. The Duke continued, I also told him I don't want another fiefdom. You are busy enough as it is. Sesha replied, No. Go back and say you want the land. We need land. Lots of it. The more, the better. So go to His Majesty and say you made a mistake, and get as much land as you possibly can. The richer the soil, the better. In the next moment, The Duke stated, "I would like to be granted an audience with His Majesty. The certificate of appointment can come later." In the next scene, the Emperor asked, "What is it? I thought I would not be seeing you for a while. And don't speak formally. You know we are past all that. Speak freely." The Duke stated, "Fine. I want the fiefdom you wanted to give me, all of it. Actually, the more, the better." The Emperor asked, "Really? This is new. You were vehemently against it the last time we met, and thought, he told me he could not be bothered, but now he has changed his mind." The Duke told him, "My wife wants the fiefdom." The Emperor thought, he became a sucker for love, and said, "Anything for you." The Duke spoke, "I am referring to the farmlands of the south." The Emperor asked, "She wishes to grow crops?" The Duke replied, "I did not hear the details, but it seems to be the case." The Emperor stated, "Sure, like I said, anything you want. I feel better knowing that you are in good hands." The Duke replied, "Thanks, and don't hesitate to let me know if you need my service." The Emperor spoke, "I thought you were done working as an assassin." The Duke replied, "I think it's in my blood. I am not cut out to live a mundane life." The Emperor asked, "Are you sure you don't want to go see her? She is confined in an isolated tower as you requested. What are you planning to do with her?" The Duke replied, "She murdered my parents and put me through living hell. I want her to suffer for the rest of her life. I am not going until I know I can maintain my calm." After that, he came out of the Emperor's office and heard maids murmuring, "Does his wife know who he really is? Maybe she is pretending not to know. She seems to be that type." Instead of mourning her dead husband, she was busy working and living life. If she thought he was really dead, she would have run off with his assets. The Duke looked at them. All of them were frightened. In the next scene, Sesha asked, "You are back. What did His Majesty say?" The Duke replied, "He said yes." Sesha was so happy. The Duke asked, "Does it make you that happy? Are you referring to farming?" Sesha replied, "Yes, I am happy, and I want to promote tourism in our land. I want food to play a key role. Many noble ladies are interested in international cuisine. I was thinking we could create dishes from chai." The Duke replied, "What an amazing idea," and asked, "What have you been up to, my lady?" Sesha spoke, "Do you remember my friend? The one you saw on Coronation Day. We are supposed to have tea, so I was writing to him to set the date." The Duke stated, "I am afraid rumors will spread if you meet him at a cafe. You are a married woman, and he is still a bachelor." Sesha asked, "You think so?" and thought, "Yes, there are those who love to spread gossip. Well then, I have to find a way to gently turn him down." The Duke asked, "Why don't you invite him to the estate? You can have tea in the greeting room or the garden. Your friends are always welcome here." Sesha thought, "He is such a kind-hearted person," and spoke, "Thank you, Your Grace." The Duke replied, "There is no need to thank me. It's the least I can do. We are a married couple after all. There is one thing, my lady, this flower pot. Did you like the potted flowers I gave you? Is that why this is here?" Sesha replied, "I just like the flowers. That's all. There is no other meaning to it." The Duke asked, "What do you mean by no other meanings?" Sesha replied, "It's exactly what I said. I just like the flowers. Nothing more, nothing less." The Duke thought, "I wanted to know what kind of meaning she was referring to. I want to delve into the details, but I don't think she will give me an answer." The next morning, Sesha woke up, then looked at the Duke and thought, "He came over to my side of the bed again. This never happened in the past, but it's the third time since he returned." After some time, the Duke asked, "My lady, are you done with your training?" Sesha replied, "Yes." "Did you sleep well?" The Duke said, "Yes, I did. When I woke up, I noticed that I was sleeping on your side of the bed. My apologies." Sesha told him, "It's fine. We can create a barrier with pillows under the curtain. By the way, what have you been up to?" The Duke replied, "I was reading the paper. I read that a marquis and 2 counts were attacked last night. The attackers left no trace. It happened late into the night." He continued, What kind of world are we living in these days? And thought, now they should have kept their silly mouths shut. In the next scene, Ronus came. I have prepared a small gift for the Duke. It's a white porcelain jar from Chai. The Duke replied, it looks beautiful. Thank you for the gift. And thought, I will send it to the kitchen when he is gone. After some time, the Duke spoke. I was gone for quite some time. I never thought she would have befriended someone from Chai. How did you get acquainted? Sesha said, we met during my first visit to Chai. He was gracious enough to help me out. Ronus has a friendly demeanor. The Duke thought, did she refer to him by his name? Just how close are they? Ronus spoke, we would have been friends no matter what personality I had. We just get along so well. We converse about anything and everything. That has never happened to me before. Sesha also spoke. That's only because we talk about our merchant groups. The Duke stated, I think I know what you are talking about. My wife and I are soulmates. Sesha thought, that's right. He compliments me on everything I do, and I live for compliments. He needs me more than anyone in this world. He has given me everything I ever needed, and said, you do feel like my soulmate. The Duke spoke, well then, I have something to take care of. Sesha thought, he is going to spend the rest of the day poring over a single document. The Duke continued, I will be seeing you soon. My lady. Ronus was not happy at all. After the Duke was gone, Ronus stated, you seem to be on good terms with His Grace. I meant every word I said to you. Sesha asked, and what of it? Ronus replied, that's the thing about human emotions, you can't make them go away in an instant. The Duke thought, how dare he say such a thing to a married woman? Ronus continued, I will do my best, so please, don't push me away. I would like us to stay friends. Sesha replied, of course, we can stay friends. Ronus spoke, I hope your husband is not inconveniencing you in any way. I hear he has a loose screw and that the only thing he is good at is farming. Sesha thought, how can he say such things about my husband? He just does not get it sometimes. Sesha told him, there is a sweet side and a bitter side to every person. You can't always have sweets, and I like that my husband is pure and innocent. I am the type to calculate everything, even my emotions, and that's why I respect my husband. Ronus said, but I am still worried, you have a lot on your plate. Sesha replied, I don't feel burdened at all. I will be frank, since we are friends, I do have moments when I struggle, but he is not only good at farming but also good in bed. I struggle to keep up with his stamina. The Duke thought, Sesha really put him in his place. After that, the Duke said, does he think I enjoy living like this? He is so clean-cut, he makes me sick. I did a thorough investigation, but he has no enemies to speak of. He is bound to have a few skeletons in his closet. I just need to find one. In the next scene, Sesha asked, what did you say? There are no pillows. Rennie replied, we have some in the guest room, but nothing else. Sesha said, send someone out to buy some. We need 2 big pillows. Tell them to get extras. Duke speak, I will take care of that. Sesha replied, no. I will do it. Taking care of household affairs is my duty. You should focus on your own work, Your Grace. The Duke replied, I feel bad for making you do all the work, my lady. I know I am not very good at household affairs, and a bit clumsy at that. Sesha replied, don't say such a thing. You have many wonderful qualities. You are warm and kind-hearted. I like that about you as a person, Your Grace. The Duke said, I like you too, my lady, please. Hands that work so hard for my estate feel really warm, and thought, and you got blood all over them because of me. The Duke continued, and they mean more to me than you could ever imagine. Sesha replied, I will get going now. After some time, Rennie came and told her, I am sorry. All the large-size pillows seem to be sold out. Sesha replied, is that so? There is no need to apologize. It seems pillows are hard to get. We can make do with pillows in the guest room tonight. Suddenly, both of them heard a scream. After that, they came out and saw a fire burning the bed sheets and pillows. After hearing the whole story, the Duke spoke, I cannot believe they found bedbugs in the bedding. Sesha replied, Thank goodness the staff took swift action, she thought. How can there be bedbugs on bedding that has never been used? And it was not limited to the guest home but found in every single guest room in the estate. The Duke hugged her and said, "It's truly frightening. I will have them clean the estate inside and out." Rennie thought, "What a devilish person he is. He will stop at nothing to get what he wants. Our master is like a leech. He drains the energy of our lovely mistress like a bloodsucker." Sesha spoke, "You are scary to the bugs too. I would advise you to crush them when you see them." The next morning, Sesha thought, "He is again on my side. He is on my pillow." The Duke opened his eyes a little and then smiled. In the next moment, he hugged her. Sesha thought, "He is stronger than he looks." The Duke whispered Sesha's name. Sesha thought, "Why is my heart beating so madly?" After some time, Sesha thought, "Is there something wrong with my heart? That can't be. I train every day, or maybe I am just tired. But if it is not that, am I falling in love with His Grace? But that's not possible. I was probably shocked to hear him call out my name in his sleep. Yes, that must be it." In the next scene, Sesha spoke, "I have been thinking, Your Grace, maybe it's time you trimmed your bangs. That way, you would be able to eat more neatly." The Duke used a hairpin. Sesha thought, "He looks like an angel," and said, "There, now you can eat more neatly. I plan on visiting our new fiefdom as soon as we receive the letter of appointment. I have to check the development of our latest alarm clock and prepare to take our chef and gardener to Chai. What would you like to do, Your Grace?" The Duke replied, "I would be more than happy to accompany you, my lady." Sesha said, "Great. Let's get going once His Majesty sends us the official documents. One more thing. Once I am done looking for the new land, I will be heading straight over to Chai." The Duke asked, "Did you say you will be heading to Chai?" Sesha replied, "Yes, it's for the restaurant business I mentioned earlier. It's a good opportunity to learn their recipes." The Duke asked, "Let me go with you." Sesha replied, "You have a dukedom and people to protect, Your Grace." The Duke said, "But I am not very clever, my lady. I might take the dukedom down with me. It may fall into ruins while you are away at Chai." Sesha thought, "Are those tears I see in his eyes?" and replied, "Calm down, Your Grace. There is no need to be so dramatic." Then she thought, "We did just fine without His Grace for the past 3 years. There is no way it would fall into ruins now that he is back, or maybe not. He may be right. His Grace does have the Murphy touch. This is an emergency." The Duke thought, "We are finally together after 3 long years. There is no way I am sending her alone. Ronus has been annoying me to no end, and my blood boils when I think that Sesha may meet him in Chai." The next day, Sesha thought, "This is an invitation to the ball hosted by the Duchess of Charbless. If we don't receive the letter of appointment soon, we won't be able to visit the fiefdom. It's always good to attend events hosted by the dukedom. There is so much information about society and trends. His Grace has not just returned from the dead but has also been given a dukedom. It would be wise to mingle with the other nobles straight away. I have to make sure they won't make fun of His Grace again." After some time, 3 people came. The Duke thought, "Do they work for our merchant group in Chai?" 1 woman and 2 men. One seems to be of similar age to Sesha, and the other seems a bit older. Very few people know about my looks. Anyhow, it seems Sesha is surrounded by handsome, competent men, and I find it very annoying indeed. Sesha spoke, "Your Grace, I have 2 assistants, and he is one of them. His name is Tamish, and he is 29 years old." The Duke thought, "How can he be 29 with a baby face like that?" Sesha continued, "The other 2 are my secretaries. This is Alfred, and she is Arisha." The Duke thought, "I have to see whether these men have feelings for Sesha or not." The Duke spoke, "Don't be so formal, my lady, as I told you earlier this morning. I don't want to spend another minute apart from you," Alfred said. "We know you were apart for 3 long years. It's good to see you together at long last." After that, the meeting started. Sesha spoke, "I asked the staff to purchase pillows yesterday, but they failed, as someone purchased all the pillows in the capital city." Tamish replied, It makes sense to buy high-quality food, weapons, or expensive consumables. But no one buys pillows. Orisha spoke. This may be a great opportunity for a smile, my lady. Sesha stated, I agree. Send our staff to investigate the matter, check to see if other nobles are facing similar problems, and find out who bought all the pillows in the capital city. After the meeting, Sesha spoke. Merchant groups need to be on top of market trends. Whatever happens, we have to find the reason why and take necessary action. You must know the market to make a profit. You have to read the flow to rake in the money. The Duke replied, I don't know much about business, but it sounds complicated. That night, the Duke thought, how can she still be working? There seems to be no end to her work. Then he said, my lady, it's time for bed. You promised that you would get some proper rest. Sesha replied, of course, I will wrap things up, your grace, but your grace. I don't want you catching a cold, Duke replied. Don't worry about me, I have been training too. Then he pressed her hand to his heart and asked, what do you think? Sesha replied, you have some serious pecs, your grace. Yes, I have very serious pecs indeed, he said. After some time, he thought, not sexy, but serious pecs. She is probably used to muscles, as she grew up in a family of knights, but I am not one to give up so easily. On the other hand, Sesha thought, I can't believe I said that to the Duke of all people. I can't let these things get to me. After that, the Duke started to dry her hair. Sesha said, please don't get me wrong, your grace, but you should wear more form-fitting pajamas. Loose clothing tends to bunch up while you sleep. The Duke replied, I favor loose clothing because it's more comfortable, but maybe you are right. The next day, Tamish told her, we have set out some people to investigate. There were no other homes with bedbug problems. According to our information, the person who purchased the pillows also bought out all the bedding. I have no idea what they plan to do with all those pillows. Sesha stated, and there is no way to find out their identity. Something does not feel right. Tell our informants to continue to keep an eye out. In the next scene, the secretary spoke, this is the letter of appointment and your coronet. The Duke said, you look lovely, my lady. Sesha replied, so do you, your grace. The secretary told them, we are not yet finished. The Duke stated, I thought you had already left. The secretary told him, these are the documents for your new land. The Duke said, I am sure these documents will be more complicated than the ones we dealt with when I was a mere count. Sesha replied, I will help you, so don't worry, your grace. After some time, Rennie spoke, my lady, I managed to buy pillows and bedding today. According to the shop owner, there was an anonymous donation of pillows and bedding to various orphanages. People are referring to this mysterious donor as the Pillow Angel. Sesha thought, so that's what happened. I will order the informants to halt the investigation. In the next scene, Rennie was trying to attack. The Duke asked, why are you sneaking up on me like that? Did you do as I requested? Rennie replied, I was trying to attack you, and of course, I did as you said. I am not a fool like you. The Duke stated, it's all an act. You must no longer value your life. Tell me how you wish to die, and I shall make your wish come true. Rennie replied, I value my life. I am okay with it. She thought, see, he is the spawn of Satan, and asked, by the way, why did you burn all the pillows? The Duke thought, that's because Sesha wanted more pillows to create a barrier between us, then spoke, I have a special mission for you. In the next scene, the Duke spoke, I am having trouble buttoning up my pajama top. What should we do? Everything came in this size. Sesha thought, Rennie, what have you done? The Duke continued, I may have to sleep shirtless, it's way too hot. Sesha asked, you want to sleep shirtless? The Duke replied, yes, I used up too much energy trying to get the buttons fastened. It sure does feel like summer. Sesha told him, wear your old pajamas. It gets cold at night. The Duke replied, it's too hot right now. I will get under the blanket if it gets cold. Sesha thought, I don't know where to look. The Duke spoke, it's time for bed. My lady, it's nothing urgent. You should get some rest. You did enough work for today, Sesha replied. I would better get this over and done with. The Duke thought, she worked so hard today. Should I switch character and become someone clever yet innocent? No, I can't do this. She is focusing on work as if I don't exist. It reminds me of our days together at the academy. She was immersed in reading on the day we met. Students were murmuring. Did you see he was carried out during a duel? Yes, thanks to him. I am no longer at the bottom of our class. I don't understand why he is at the academy. He is such a dunce. The Duke thought, who the hell just said that? Sesha spoke. Screw them. Who do they think they are? The Duke thought, did she just say screw them? Other students came and spoke. Sesha, so you are there. The Duke thought, so she is Sesha Puan. Like this video. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.